Hello and welcome everyone. Namaste. I'm John King from Karmic Seeds. I'm a licensed hypnotherapist and Reiki master, and I welcome you to this group trance and energy share today. Thank you for joining us and for taking the time to love yourself, to love yourselves, every part of your being. In taking time to relax and meditate, or whatever label you wish to apply to taking time to reflect, reprocess, reprogram your mind and body. You're basically doing a community service. The more we take time to control our own emotions, the more we can then spread a calm, loving, respectful vibe around us that then helps people to move towards a brighter, better future in a way and at a pace that's right for all of us. And of course, it is all pretty stressful and constantly bombarded with fear and anger and all these different emotions. And the only person we can readily control is ourselves. And often we forget that. So in taking the time to lovingly look after ourselves, to regularly check in with our emotions, our physical vessel, our energies, in allowing ourselves just to be, I invite you for a moment just to put your hand on your heart and just feel into yourself. How are you going? What's happening in you? And as you do, and as we do, I hope this finds you happy and well and willing to put in a bit of work into yourself. And speaking of work, do what you can. It's a very simple thing, and when we remember that each of us in any given moment can only ever do what we can. You know, we have often huge striving achievement goals and all sorts of things, and they're okay to have. And quite often, unrealistic expectations are put upon us by others or ourselves, and that can then lead to senses of failure and non-achievement. Now, there's a proven benefit in celebrating small wins. You know, in order to stay motivated along this amazing journey of life, we have to reward ourselves with our own inner recognition that, hey, I've done something, I've achieved something, and for me, that's a good thing. I've judged whatever I've done as good. So when we're honest with ourselves and observe our motivation or lack of motivation, and, you know, who doesn't love a good procrastination spiral where you end up not doing anything for days other than, you know, being lost in some computer game or other potentially negative thought pattern? The easier the more we learn to easily get out of those thought patterns and simply give ourselves little rewards along the way for doing something, little things, then the easier it is to pick up the pace again and to achieve what we can when we can. So depending on how we're raised, who raised us, all of the different conditions that made us who we are now, that sets all sorts of different levels of standard and desire of achievement and. So the first thing, in order to get to a point where we can allow ourselves to be comfortable and happy with whatever we've achieved, and some days I'm just grateful to draw breath for most of the day without totally losing the plot, crying in the corner, moping or doing whatever, and to be able to label that as an achievement rather than, oh, you know, you're pathetic, whatever. When we learn to actually sit or lie down or stand up, or whenever we do this examination of the self, the being, the vessel, and where we're at, when we learn to simply go, okay, everything just is. all things are. We judge and label according to our culture, our language that we've learned from birth, languages we may have learned afterwards. And this whole good or bad thing, I mean, obviously there are things that are quite clearly bad and quite clearly good. And yet, ultimately, when we understand how life works, how the programming of the body and mind, the psyche, all of the different energies, all of the unknowns, the spiritual world, which may or may not exist, what I believe and what you believe, well, we can argue for many hours, and I don't have time and you don't have time to be bored by that right now. Whatever the reality is that we coexist in, when we simply say we're all doing our best, each and every person at any given point in time is doing their absolute level best. Now, I had, a staunch German father, and he would tell you exactly how wrong I am with that particular comment, because, obviously this person does this and these people did nothing and they're sitting on their ass doing nothing, and dull bludgers this and shoot them all. That's, again, simply where we come from. If we're loving, compassionate people and we understand the journey of everyone else, and in taking a moment to appreciate how difficult so many of the journeys around us are, from all of the conquered many, and there are many hundreds of generations of us, we're all the descendants from strife and war, atrocities and horror. And what goes on behind closed doors, and sometimes not behind closed doors, they're unpleasant thoughts, and they are a part of us globally. So we can put our head in the sand, or we can go to the other extreme. However we do it and approach it, ultimately, each of us individually has had the life we have. We have our genetics and upbringing, our history. And if the roles are changed, if I had your history, genetics and upbringing, I would behave exactly the same way that you do. So this is not an excuse for poor behavior or for bullying people or anything like that. It's simply an explanation. So in taking a bit of time to step back and to observe our own emotions, and it's okay, we have emotions and we get trapped by them sometimes, and our brain runs away, and our body's responses then mean that we stop thinking logically, and we make things worse sometimes by our good intention, simply because we're caught up in the heat of the moment. And the more adrenaline we produce, the more stressed we are, the more our own story of what our suffering or perceived suffering is becomes real to us. Then, if we can stop, calm, we can come back to non-judgment. And when we apply that to ourselves and our daily lives and what we wish to achieve and where we want to be, and to then actually set realistic goals of what is and isn't possible, then it becomes much easier to simply say to ourselves, just do what you can. And as part of that process, I would also add, enjoy what you can. Derive satisfaction from what you can. So if you watch a movie like Samsara or any number of the really beautiful movies that show a lot of the different cultures and places around the world, and you might see lovely people in Tibet sweeping the ground in the early morning, and we might go, oh, but we've got leaf blowers and air blowers and we could do all of that much quicker and more effectively and pave the whole lot, and then you won't have any dust. As I've grown older, I've really come to appreciate those moments where you do something simply for a brief transient moment of pleasure, of allowing yourself to, yes, sweep the ground in the garden by hand, and take joy in that, in simply seeing for a brief period of time a path that's now free of leaves, that will get covered in leaves again within a few hours, and just to move energy and to let things flow. And at any given moment, even when we're in the middle of doing chores that we absolutely despise, when you stop for a moment and go, oh, I despise this, and I struggle and fight against it, that makes it more difficult, and I will feel like I've achieved nothing having completed that, and I think of it, label it as a waste of time. Whereas if we really think about it, change how we think about it, and go, no, you know what, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to derive satisfaction out of completing this task, come heaven, hell, or high water. Sometimes that feels impossible. I am yet to achieve that with every last thing I do. However, most of the time now, I do derive pleasure, and I reward myself with good words and thoughts and feelings within myself for completing things. That goes from doing the washing, the dishes, to working, to studying, all these different things. So perhaps you can allow yourself to be more gentle with yourself, more loving with yourself. And I've rambled enough now, so let's do a trance, and I invite you to allow yourself to be present, to feel into your body, into your mind. Reflect on what's been big or small for you over the last few weeks. What do you wish to get out of today? And then as you settle into trance and make yourself ready, observe your body, your mind, your being. And I'd like you to ask yourself, not just what am I striving for, so what do I want, what am I grasping for, what do I need or feel I need? Love, affection, all these different things. What am I avoiding? Which conflicts? Who am I not saying what to? And then the more you observe yourself, you might find, how much am I actually in my body? How often do I really feel all of the emotions that I need and want to? Because so often we distract ourselves, and our mind distracts us away from what we want to or need to process, because it doesn't want to, it doesn't feel pleasant. So come into your body for a moment as you prepare now to rest, to make yourself safe, to not be disturbed, to have your neck nicely supported, ideally in whatever position you're going to trance. Feel into your body. Feel your butt on the pillow or cushion or mattress if you're lying down. And as you do, and you're checking into the sensations of your body, also check into your emotions. What do you feel in your chest? What do you feel in your gut? How does your skeleton feel at the moment? Your big muscles and your big bones. Tickle your brain cells for a moment. Now, when you're ready, I'll get you to look up and take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently allow your eyes to close. And just for a while, listen to all of the different sounds around you, both inside and outside of the room where you're in. And some of these sounds might be quite pleasant. More and more, any sound you become aware of, I invite you to allow it to relax you. And any sound that's not an emergency can relax you and take you deeper now. And as that happens, let all stress, tension, and negative energy leave your body and more drift deeper. as each out-breath gently takes you deeper still. I'd like you now to relax your whole body, starting with the muscles in and around your eyes. See and feel that relaxation moving down your face as you relax your cheeks, your mouth and your jaw, and even relaxing the muscles inside your mouth. See and feel that relaxation moving over your forehead, over the top of your head and down the back of your neck, as you relax your shoulders and arms, relaxing your hands and your fingers, relaxing your chest and your stomach, your hips and your legs, relaxing your feet and your toes. And as you continue to drift deeper now, at a pace that's just right for you, in a moment, as I count from 10 to 1, allow yourself to drift a little bit deeper if you can with each count, to come a bit more relaxed with each count. If you like, you can imagine you're walking or drifting down a familiar set of stairs. At the bottom of that set of stairs is a comfortable bed with a pillow that's just right for you. And when I get to the number 1, you'll drift onto that bed, rest your head on the pillow, and drift off into a most beautiful healing space within yourself. A healing space that is right for you today. And you might go into a forest or to the beach, a healing temple, a crystal cave, or wherever you're drawn to. Or you might simply float in a shapeless, formless void, and wherever you go, you'll be absolutely safe and secure, calm and at peace, as I count from 10 to 9, relaxing and letting go. 8, nobody wanting anything, and nobody needing anything from you at the moment. This is your relaxation and trance. 7, as you gently drift deeper down. 6 and 5, more and more relaxed. 4, any sound that's not an emergency relaxing you and taking you deeper now. 3, as all stress, tension and negative energy leaves your body. 2, drifting deeper down. And 1, resting on that bed with your head on that perfect pillow and drifting off into a most beautiful daydream. Wherever you find yourself now is right for you. No need to judge. If no images come, or if your healing space is still shifting around while your mind settles on the thing, the place, the space that's right for you, allow that. And as you do, gently allow the words, "do what you can," to drift through your mind. And whatever emotions that evokes, allow that and observe that thought to drift through. As you think, do what you can. Does that make you irritated with yourself for not achieving enough? Does it make you smile and go, yep, you know what, that's a good thing to think of? Perhaps you wish to change those words. This is your trance and your relaxation. So you do what you want and you do what you can. So as you drift deeper and relax now, allow your healing space to gently become more focused around you, if that is what is to happen. Wherever you are, allow this to be the place where your energies can connect to Mother Nature. And we can connect to Mother Nature anywhere, even when we're in the middle of the industrial world, in concrete buildings, All of this in its own way is also part of Mother Nature. And while we will perceive and even sense some of the negatives around it, we can give ourselves permission to tune in to the positive, to ground deep into the earth, to resonate with this amazing space. And as we do, perhaps you might notice a surface that you're sitting or lying on, and it might be in nature. Perhaps sitting on a forest floor with your feet in a stream of crystal clear water, or wherever you find yourself and however you found yourself. Giving your energies permission to release the negatives, those unpleasant frequencies, into the ground, into the air. And the energies around you can just take it away. And more you more deeply relax. A feeling of relaxation can start to spread through you. As you feel your body in this space, notice any tension. You might hold tension in your hands. You might feel like you're still clasping your mouse from work, or the hammer and chisel, or whatever it is that you do. Your butt might be clenched, and your chest from driving in city traffic. How horrible. And whatever it is, as you notice that tension, just breathe. And if you can, as you exhale, just let some of that go. Unclench your fingers a little bit more. Allow them to soften, to loosen and relax. And very gently you drift deeper. Perhaps a feeling of gentle heaviness spreading through you. More and more. For a while, imagine that all of the little cells in your body, every single one of them, little faces on them, imagine you can tickle them and cheer them on. The life cycle of these cells are so amazing. And they're not all genetically ours. A large part of a microbiome, especially in our gut and our skin, but all throughout our body, is other microbes with whom we have a symbiotic relationship. And this whole energy system that is our living vessel. Amazing. So take a moment to feel grateful for these little miracles that are a part of us. They are not a part from us. And where does consciousness end and our physical vessel begin? What's our spirit? What's our unconscious, subconscious, highest self? All these different things have different meanings for each of us, and in different languages even more so. So more and more we relax and just allow that language to go. Set the intention to love yourself, to allow healing, relaxed energy to flow through your blood vessels. Let deep relaxation, healing, wellness and calm spread through your whole energy system and matrix as you more deeply relax. And as you do, perhaps in your healing space there might be sounds of nature. You might hear crickets or insects. You might feel a gentle breeze on your cheeks. And I wonder what you can smell. Is it the ocean? Is it a forest? Flowers, perhaps? And again, more and more, your whole body relaxes. Your shoulder blades relax. Your neck might relax and crack. As you drift deeper now. with your permission, I'll connect the universal healing energy to all of us in this space, if that is right for us today. So within yourself, if you wish, feel, say that you allow it, and allow whatever you experience to happen. And the more you are tuned to these energies and connect to them and allow them, the more you can help with your own intention for wellness and calm, for healing and light, to allow the energies to reach those parts of you that need them. And as you do, and as we all, just for a while, relax, allow your mind to echo the words, "May I be happy. May I be free from suffering. May I be comfortable." And as you say these words for yourself, perhaps you can allow yourself to radiate out this intention, this desire for peace and happiness and non-suffering. To let that radiate out to everyone around you, to everyone here who's present in this space and time, listening to these words or reading these words, or however we connect to this moment of now. And then even allow it to ripple out further. Let it ripple out to your friends and family, your loved ones, to your community, to everyone in this world. May we all be happy. May we all be free from suffering. May we release ourselves from judgment and educate ourselves in ways that allow us to be kinder and more loving and to enjoy our life more, so that we can do what we can. And as I count again from 10 to 1, let yourself become more relaxed with each count, to drift deeper into that healing space with each count, and to let go of any resistance within yourself to being your most loving, kind, gentle self that encourages yourself every step of the way as you do what you can. As I count from 10 to 9, going twice as deep, 8, twice as relaxed, 7, the beautiful scenes around you becoming twice as real, 6, and 5, your subconscious mind hearing every word that I speak, even if your conscious mind drifts in and out, 4, twice as deep again, 3, always safe and secure, 2, calm and at peace, as 1, you rest here for a while now, breathing and relaxing and drifting deeper, allowing a gentle stream of healing energy to flow in a way and direction that is comfortable for you. So perhaps loving, healing, forgiving, nurturing energy enters through the crown of your head, or it might come up through the tips of your toes, however you experience. Just relax, sense the flow. And drift deeper. And within yourself, as my words wash over you and these energies wash through you, if there is any discomfort, any areas that require more healing energy, then I invite you to focus that intention to gently direct comfort and calm, soothing, healing light, or perhaps other pleasant sensation. So perhaps there might be an area within you where you might give it an uncomfortable color, or it might be an uncomfortable texture. And then as you breathe and send energy and good intentions to that area, then you can change that color to a pleasant, healing color. And whatever is right for you. Or it might simply become a smoother, more soothing, more appealing texture or pattern. Or maybe even simply a smell that changes in that area. Work with your senses and allow those sight, sounds and sensations that are right for you today. Perhaps a lovely, loving color more and more envelops your whole being as you sink into deep, relaxing comfort. Let your awareness gently radiate through your abdomen. And as you do, let any residual tension, knots or tightness, let them soften, ease and relax. Let them uncoil and unwind as you become more relaxed and comfortable at every level. And as the natural wisdom of your cells and of your physical vessel reasserts the healthiest balance within yourself, then every day and every way you grow stronger, happier and healthier, calm and relaxed. And you do what you can when you can, and you give yourself permission to think and to feel about yourself kindly. To give yourself a pat on the shoulder and think to yourself, you did well, you've achieved something. And more as you celebrate the small wins in your life, then you do what you can. And you give yourself permission to enjoy your life, letting go of guilt and shame, allowing yourself more and more to let go of that historical programming that is no longer right for you. And as the cells within your being and all your higher levels, as they shed old antiquated beliefs, as you release yourself from limiting beliefs, then more and more you allow yourself to embrace your brightest and best possible future. And through the magic of continuous, ever-present renewal, for all of the cells in our body are constantly turning over. For most of us who are not completely enlightened beings that no longer need to eat or drink, for most of us, as we continue to eat and drink, we replace all the atoms that make up our body over time. 95% of all of the cells in our body are easily replaced every year, and most are replaced every few weeks to months. So when we give our mind permission to focus on the future rather than being stuck in the past, then all the new generations of cells that we're constantly building, and that includes all of our brain cells that are constantly renewing, all of them can focus on the story of the future, to rejoice and celebrate happier moments of enjoying our life and feeling grateful and doing what we can. And then more and more, we can use all of the past, all that we can remember, and sometimes even those things that we can't remember, that have been locked away for our own protection. all of that conditioning, we can allow that past to give us strength and wisdom and to provide a solid foundation for our future. And then more and more as we transform that, as our body is replaced over and over again, then more and more as that happens, we can create a healthier vessel. And we heal at every level that is right for us. So as you relax, as you allow that loving intention of healing to spread through, and a deep feeling of comfort and calm, then every part of you aligns with your brightest and best possible future, from the purely physical to the highest spiritual and every part in between. And as that happens, as you let go of resistance within yourself, as you love and accept yourself as you are in this very moment of now, and then you become the you of the future that you wish to be. And you integrate and become whole. And every day and every way you grow stronger, happier and healthier, calm and relaxed. And as you allow your deep inner energy reserves to be replenished now, drink in all the energy and healing light that you need, the healing sights, sounds and sensations, finding deep inner peace, finding ways within yourself to embrace and accept your anxieties, your fears and shame and guilt, and releasing yourself from them by allowing ourselves more and more to be who we are as we are, letting go of all that no longer serves us well. As that happens, you might start to feel lighter, more energized and recharged. And then every day and every way you grow stronger in a way and at a pace that is right for you. And as you do what you can, more and more, you enjoy your life. You accept this world and everyone in it. And you find the strength within yourself to do what you can when you can. And within that, you find deep inner peace and calm. As you rest here for one last glorious moment of infinity, you absorb all of the healing energy that you need. Perhaps, wherever you are, you become aware of a source of bright, clear, vibrant energy. It might be a crystal clear spring of water or a drink of water or whatever you perceive. Drink that energy deeply into yourself and feel it spread, rejuvenating energy through your whole body. Allow the cells to absorb the positive energy, the healing energy, continuing to release any stored negative energy, releasing toxins as needed from different parts in a healthy, balanced way that cleanses and clears you at your pace and in your way. Continuing to allow your energies to vibrate at higher and higher levels, with more motivation and joy for this amazing journey of life. And in a moment, as I bring you back, allow yourself to bring that calm, relaxed, comfortable energy with you. And as I count from 1 to 5, you slowly and gently emerge in the most beautiful, loving, healing way. As I count from 1, this deeply relaxed state which is always within you, to 2, gently, slowly, beautifully starting to return. 3, a feeling of wellness and calm coming back with you. 4, gently coming closer, starting to wriggle your fingers and toes and maybe even starting to stretch your larger muscle groups. And 5, coming back into your body fully now at your own pace. Take your time, your eyes will open automatically when you're ready. And then, when you return, just take a few moments to make sure that you're fully back in your body. Wait at least 5 to 10 minutes, if not half an hour, before you drive a car or operate heavy machinery, because if you've been deeply relaxed, then it takes a bit of time to get back into your body properly. I hope you enjoyed this. All feedback welcome. If you have any suggestions for what you might like included in the week after next trance, there won't be a trance next week, but there will be one the week after, then please message me. Thank you to all my subscribers, especially the paying ones. I greatly appreciate. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. Namaste.